lead us on
Sure,
what
yeah,
we're
not a worry at all.
talking about.
Could you begin by telling us a bit about what you do?
Sure. So I study the role of the brain in pain. So basically, try to understand a bit better what shapes our experiences, but then also, when we have an understanding of that, what we might be able to do to be able to target that or to change things.
Sorry, I won't be in the picture because I just want to sit facing this way.
But what is it about pain that interests you? How did you get started in it?
Well, I think the most intriguing thing is just that it doesn't often make sense. So
Yep.
you have people that have pain and it just doesn't get better. And that's really challenging, I think, because I've certainly trained with very much of a biomechanical, biomedical framework. And to then, I think, have a better understanding that actually there are so many things that can influence pain, and that actually what it is this almost emergent phenomenon that's occurring when you get all this different multifactorial information and things going on. That just intrigued me. And it just made me, I think, really interested in being able to understand how we can individualize things to different people based on what they present with. And that's, I think, quite powerful in terms of the ability to treat, because then it's also looking at, gosh, what for that person is contributing? What is being treated as danger or threat for that person? And I think that's very relevant.
What got you hooked? Because you said that it's the whole individualized thing. What are there certain instances or periods of learning or thinking or experiences that got you hooked?
Good question. I reckon it was probably when I was working. So I worked as a physiotherapist, working with people that were getting workers' compensation type treatment in a tertiary care facility, and there were just so many people that I could not explain or know why they weren't getting better, and that was really challenging. And I think what that did is really push me into reading a bunch of different research and trying to understand a bit better how I might be able to treat them better. And then I started to fall across things like, look, you have phantom limb pain. You can have pain in a limb that's not even there. You can then also, there was a case study, for example, in the British Medical Journal about the builder who had this massive big nail through his boot and didn't have any injury at all, but had pain. And to me, that really highlighted that, first of all, pain is real. Absolutely, no matter what's causing it, but also that there are so many things that can cause pain, and things that we may not predict based on what I'd learned certainly in school.
Yeah. Different models. The older models didn't make sense.
No, that's exactly right.
Or they don't cut it, at least.
Yeah. So we wrote a blog post about the stiffness in the back article, which really blew my mind.
It was such a fun study.
Yeah. As I understand it, you came up with the idea part. I saw Lorimer mostly during a talk, and he mentioned you and that study.
Yeah.
How did you come up with that?
It's a good question. I think I feel like my mind wanders sometimes, and then I just think, like, what crazy things can we do? But where I think it came from was really, I had quite a few patients that when I was working as a physio would come in, and I would just notice how much they would attend to the different noises that would occur. So, for example, one person came in and
In the joints.
in the joints, yeah. So with like one person, they had a shoulder that clicked, and it was really disturbing to them. Like, they were really worried that what was occurring was
And it
actually a
hadn't
real
clicked
problem.
before. And
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, who knows if actually it was clicking before they were even had pain? Or people that, when they bent down and their knees popped and they said, "Oh, I'm getting old. This is my joints wearing out." And these conceptions that sounds were very related to pathology, but also to aging as well, and to not being capable. And so from there, then I was really
a
interested.
lot of associations.
Yeah, there really was. And so then I was interested from that viewpoint, but also from the viewpoint of the fact that multisensory input can influence what we feel and what we experience. And so, then I kind of just decided, I was thinking actually about manipulation and the fact that how much
The
of
cavitation
the
sound.
effect is because of cavitation and the click you hear. And so I thought to extend that and just say, look, actually, if we pair this to things that are going on in the back, what on earth happens to your perceptions? What do you take from that information? And so that involved working with Professor Greg Hotchuk from University of Alberta and really using some of his specialized equipment to develop these paradigms.
The indentation.
That's right.
machines.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. So when thinking about that study, I imagine you imagine a clinical setting. Do you have an example of where you would maybe use some modifications of the environment around in the clinic to maybe facilitate some sort of change?
So just generally, sort of
Yeah,
within
yeah,
clinic,
exactly.
yeah. So I think some of the things that can be really helpful is having to think about like literally what is your lighting like
Yeah,
in your
yeah.
in your clinic.
Yeah.
In the sense
Often
that
horrible, right?
yeah, that's right. It's the fluorescent lights that like kind of make everyone look a little bit green and it. Some of that, I think, it's an associative cue to almost a hospital setting and to things that inherently reflect danger and threat. And so I think that's one thing that right away, having softer lighting, it immediately, I think, it gives a different scenario. And also, for some people, they are quite sensitive to very bright light. So from a physiological standpoint, that's going to be important as well. But I think I'm interested in this idea of, for some of our treatment, do we need to be in the clinic? Should we be outdoors while we're doing some of this stuff? I think just because there are so many positive factors that then can influence what we feel and what we experience that can be really important, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think we would also do more to think in terms of aesthetics. Like, what is the art that we have in clinics? What do we have sayings on the wall? Do we have what's there that is actually shaping someone's experience before they even get there? Are our chairs ridiculously hard? Are they really low? There's all these things I think that kind of we might not think that matter, but they really do.
They really do, and it's really nice. I'm going to bring this with me back to my boss because we just opened up a new clinic the last August, and he's been really into these things, creating a very warm and nice environment. Especially there's a gym in there and everything to make sure. I don't know. In my mind, I conceptualize it as safety cues, so just making sure that you, whatever it is we're trying to form here in your life, it's something that you associate with something nice, good. But I have a question that isn't here, but it came up when you and Yolanda were receiving questions. I'm really into giving a biological rationale for especially the psychosocial factors which aren't given that today, and I love the way that we can, especially, from supercharging our explain pain biology and stuff like this. How do you have any thoughts on how we might open the door to biologically conceptualize psychosocial factors for patients, for really getting them to understand that when you feel sad, this has a hormonal and biological influence on the way your safety thermometer, your safety level goes up and down, or if you haven't slept. Any thoughts on that?
Yeah, it's a really good question because I think it can be challenging for people to not hear that you're almost saying it's all in your head. What's going on? That's
it's really easy
hard.
to end up there for them.
Yeah, and I think kind of a key part is saying. Talking about, okay, yes, when, let's say, when we're anxious or fearful, we have these physiological changes that basically increase the sensitivity of our systems, but that we're not saying that's causing your pain. That's not what we're saying at all. But we're saying that if something's there and we know of things that are actually going to sensitize or heighten things, it's really relevant to know that. Because then when you're in that situation where maybe you get a pain flare, well, actually, you've got some strategies right away that you can use to be able to say, now let's turn down the sensitivity of my system. So I think that maybe sometimes contextualizing it can help and giving it times like where it might apply in their life to use it as a strategy. So if you all of a sudden have a flare of pain, let's just take a moment and regroup and think like, what's going on right now? Like, how do I feel? Where is my system at? Do I feel really anxious? Are my shoulders up to my ears? Do I need to just sit? And I'm not saying that that's the reason that the pain is there, but it could be heightening it. And I think that's actually quite empowering because it gives a reason why you might actually have some of these increases of pain. And if you understand then that it's something that can be influenced by a lot of other things, gosh, that puts the ball right back into your court to be able to think of strategies to deal with that, I think, as well.
Yeah.
And it's practical, right? It's not that we're just trying to talk the pain away.
No,
It's learning, understanding, so that you can better implement strategies and start to own the situation, right?
That's right. And I think that's where things like metaphors are really helpful, and where I think like Dave Butler and Lorimer's stuff is just fantastic, because it's giving it in a context that you can understand. Like, I love the one where they talk about it's almost like a really too sensitive alarm system on a car. That's almost what this, when your nervous system is very protective, just because it also has such key features in terms of the role of knowledge. So I remember reading one of the things in one of their books kind of saying that so if you hear a scary noise outside at night, it makes a world of a difference to how scared you are if you have knowledge that you ordered pizza. Because then that noise outside is the delivery man versus the burglar that's coming in to get you. So, and knowledge for pain is just as important, because if you have knowledge that certain things can impact it, then actually that can change your interpretation of what's going on.
All right, I think
Yeah.
sure.
Thank you.
Not a worry.
Thank you really much, Tasha.
Not a worry at all. If you need anything more tomorrow, we can.